Hello guys, and welcome to an introduction video for Pict Travels. So basically we're just going to go over what the channel's about, where I am, like what's going on, how it's been, this kind of thing, and what the channel's going to be about. So we'll start from the bare beginnings, we could call it. So I'm a well-traveled guy from Britain. I'm not English, mostly Scottish. But anyway, yeah, I've traveled most of the places in Europe that I wanted to see, like Greece, Italy. I've been to Egypt, I've been to Turkey, been to lots of places like that. Been to Japan. But currently now I'm living in Philippines, and I've just finished a full month here, pretty much. Well, just coming up to the end of a full month here. And where we are now, we're actually in the Bicol region, which is in Albay, I don't know how you pronounce it. But anyway, we're north of Legazpi, let's put it that way. And the main feature of this area, you actually can't see right now, but if we look at this direction, over here, you can't see it, but I promise you, this high, there's a massive volcano, and it's called the Mayon. And at the minute, you wouldn't even know it's there because there's a load of cloud. And basically, for the last few weeks, maybe even a whole month I've been here, we've been getting these alerts on our phones because the Mayon keeps erupting. So there's lots of small-scale eruptions and pyroclastic dust and ash clouds and things like that coming out of it, and it has affected people. And what we've seen is, I keep coming up here because we get a good view of the volcano from the roof. This rooftop's been one of my favorite places to go since coming here. This is actually my wife's mother's house. But since being here, the rooftop's been one of my favorite places to go, just because of the view. I can see all around. We've got a really nice view. So this direction, let me just see if I can zoom at all. Yeah, over there you can barely see it, but there's the sea. So we've got a sea view. It's a little bit distant, but it's not forever away. I mean, it's visible. And then up this way we've got the road that leads to Tiwi. And then over here we actually have another mountain. I can't remember the name of it, but I mean we can see it every day. And it's got a nice waterfall on it that I would love to walk to at some point, if possible, and get up there and have a look. And then of course there's that view of the volcano. But as of filming today, the storm's here, so because we're in the region of Bicol, one of the main things that happens in Bicol is lots of, what do you call it, like typhoons, like storms. Rain lasts longer, I think. It's one of those kind of areas where it's more prone to the weather. I can hear some pig. I think a pig's getting slaughtered down there or something. Sounds like it anyway. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, it's more prone to the weather. And yeah, I've noticed that the last time I came to Philippines, there was nothing but hot weather. But I was in a totally different region. But yeah, here in Bicol, you get clouds, you get rain, you get all that kind of stuff going on. But yeah. Anyway, let's talk about my life, we could say. So I came here this time around and I got married with my long-term partner. I've been with her for 7 years, give or take. And basically we got married. We came from the UK and we wanted to stay this time around in Philippines. And there's some reasons for that. Some are related to childcare and other reasons reconnecting with because my girlfriend, my wife, hasn't seen her family for such a long time, 10 years, so she's reconnecting with everyone. So yeah, we got all that going on. Anyway, but for me, like, I've just sort of tagged along, and now I'm here doing the duty of the husband, you know, just carrying on. But yeah, so doing the duty of being a husband, just here with my wife. Anyway, so living in Bicol so far, I've realized it's not like the touristy part of Philippines, that's for sure. Here I would say there's like a mixture of like rich and poor. There's the difference. There's people living in nice houses. Like I mean you can see from here. It's like a nice house, but then there's like a shack. I'm not saying there's any right or wrong in any way of living. Like if you want to live in the shack, live in the shack. If you want to live in the house, live in the house. Maybe the shack's cooler in winter or summer, I don't know. But you know what I mean? There's probably pros and cons to each. I'd say the biggest con to us right now is probably that dog next door, because it just keeps barking like non-stop. And now, of course, there's a pig making a lot of noise, so I don't know what is going on in there. But yeah, anyway, so far, what I've noticed is there's a big difference in wealth. There's people who have it, there's people who don't have it. And the people that don't have it, I've noticed they are not, you know, they're not particularly bad off. Like you can live here for cheap. Like you can buy fish for like 20 peso, and you know, like you can have very cheap meals. You don't need to make a lot of money to survive. And that's one of the beauties of being here. I'd rather be broke here in Philippines than broke in the UK, where everything's expensive and you can't afford anything. But yeah, one of the things that I first you know, sort of had to negotiate when we arrived was my wife's family. So there's a lot of them. Huge. There's obviously the father's side and the mother's side, and both sides are huge, like really big family. I'm not going to go to say their names, but yeah, there's some, they live up on the other side of the Philippines, around the sort of Tarlac region. And then there's some that live around here, which is the mother's side. So just getting to know everybody, for me, it's been overwhelming, because in my family there's only three of us, and we don't even really talk that much. Not really. But here with my girlfriend's family, they're pretty full on. There's a lot of them, they all want to get to know you, they all want to, you know, talk to you and all this stuff, and I struggle to just remember their names, most of them. But I'm slowly getting there. I'm like 75% of the way there, I would say. It takes me time, and because of the fact that I'm meeting a lot of people and it's really quick, and they all want to get to know you, it's pretty overwhelming. At least I found it pretty overwhelming, because usually when I go traveling places, I might be on my own, and I'll just go and do what I want to do. So if I go Egypt, I'll go to the pyramids, or if I go, you know, Athens, I might go to like the Parthenon, or you know, all these kind of things. So I will just go and do what I want to do, but there's never been the family element. Let's put it that way. But here, the family element is absolutely a massive part of the life. And that's not a good or a bad thing. Well, I mean, it's a good thing. It is a good thing. But it's not per se a bad thing. It's just me handling it wrong probably is a bad thing. Just struggling to get to know everyone. So yeah, for the first few weeks here, been going around, meeting the wife's family, trying to get to know everyone, trying to understand what's going on, and just sort of settle in a bit and figure out how things are going here. And when we first came here, there was like, we noticed there's been some issues with certain family members where we've helped out. So there was a family member who's suffering from a disease or sickness, and she can't walk anymore. But in this country, unlike the UK, they don't. If somebody can't walk and they've got no, you know, leg muscle and all this kind of stuff, they don't give them a wheelchair. So you have to afford it out of your own pocket. So one of the things we did, we bought her a wheelchair when we arrived. So she was over the moon. Same day I met her, we bought her a wheelchair, because it just felt like the right thing to do. So I mean, there's some family members where I wish if I could go back with my wife's family, if I go back in time, if I could meet them again, I'll probably go a bit different. There's times where I just felt like, this is overwhelming, you know, I want some quiet time. But yeah, with some of them, like this one with the wheelchair, I think we did the right thing, you know? Felt good about it. But yeah, anyway, she's happy with the chair, and this dog is doing my head in, but just keeps barking like non-stop. They're actually, where I am right now, there actually used to be a dog that lived in well, it used to stay in that cage. But yeah, the dog actually, the last time I came to the Philippines, I was actually really sort of hanging out upstairs here a lot on the roof, and the dog was up here, so keeping me company. And I kind of grew fond of the dog. But this year when I came here, within like the first couple weeks of being here, the dog actually died. So I never got to see it again, which is quite a shame, really. But yeah, you could say there's quite a lot of memories here in the Philippines so far. But I'll tell you what, some of the things I do like though about being up here. Sometimes when I come up here, I'm not just looking across here, and you see there's all rice fields. Quite a lot of the time, you get all workers coming out and working on the rice field. That dog that's barking's down there, it's annoying. He's in a little cage, like similar to the one up here. But yeah, over there, there's a couple carabao. They're usually hanging around in the field. I think there's one over there. It might be hard to see. But yeah, there's carabao over there. The sea, plenty of nice stuff to see, basically. But yeah, as this is my first video, and I'm sort of getting to know how the microphone works, how the camera works, is there too much noise in the background? I don't know. But as I'm getting to know the camera, I'm sure things will get a bit better over time. But anyway, back to the channel. What's the channel about? So, I'm in the Philippines. I've got places that I'm going to be traveling to that I would like to give you guys like a real, like my opinion of like, is it good, is it worth it, is it expensive, Because at the minute, I'm in you could say the cheap part of the Philippines, where there's not really any tourists. So far over the entire month of me being here, I've seen one white guy on his own. Oh no, with his girlfriend, but like the girlfriend was Filipino. And then there's been one American family. They're the only white people I've seen around here. But usually most of the time, I'm the only white guy in proximity. Like, I've not seen really anyone around. And because of that, like the Filipinos, sometimes they'll laugh and be like, I don't even know what they're laughing at, but they're like, oh, like white guy. But like, I don't understand it. Like, I think it's maybe racism or something, I'm not sure. But some people, they're not like that, they're nice. But there is that element, I'm being honest with you guys, there's that element. You go to the supermarket, you'll have like a whole group of people working there just watching you, like. And to be honest, like as a foreigner here, it makes me uncomfortable. Like, I'm going around doing the shopping, makes you feel sort of like a little bit self-conscious. And I already know, like, I'm an ugly dude, so feeling self-conscious is not something I want to add on top of things. I want to kind of enjoy my time here, but as we're not in the tourist area and barely anyone comes here because it's not the, the postcard part of Philippines, there is that sort of element. So I'm just being honest with you guys. There's a lot of nice people here, definitely, but there's also a lot of people that are just giggling and having, all this kind of crap. And it's very childish, like, but whatever. So for anyone who says like white people can't get racism or experience it, that's a load of like bullshit, basically, because it happens here. Unfortunately. But yeah, the other thing is when you're in the area where you're like the only white guy and you're going into like the shops and stuff in Bicol region so far, from what I've experienced, a lot of like little kids will come up to you like hands out, like asking for money. These kids are maybe like 7, 8, 9 years old, that kind of bracket. And I haven't given any money to any of them. So any little kids who are 7, 8, 9 watching, just know that I ain't gonna give any money, because I think it's illegal as well to like give money to beggars. But yeah, and there's also a couple women as well. They'll just walk up to you and like say, "Oh, what's your name?" Like, like they want to. I would say that there's some scammers like in the town. They want to get to know you so they can get your money, basically. There is definitely the element in the bigger towns and cities, people walking around, like just all day, like asking everyone else for money. I've seen it a lot since I've been here, especially in the local area. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame. These kids, they should be getting to school, getting some work, getting their lives figured out, but they're getting into the habits of doing that, and then they grow up into being a beggar. So I mean, it's not worth it to begin with. You got your whole life ahead of you, so I don't know who's teaching them these bad habits at such a young age, but they are definitely doing that. So that's a bit of real honesty here. But I do love the Philippines so far. They've got very good meats, they've got good food markets, they've got good vegetables. Everything's pretty cheaply priced. Even the meals in the, like the big shopping malls and stuff like that, the meals are pretty cheaply priced and very nice and enjoyable to eat. But yeah, overall, like what the channel is going to be about is just sort of exploring and then showing these things firsthand. So that's the aim anyway. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be like chasing like really good like pictures and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to create probably in fact, I do have an Instagram, Pict Travels, same name as this channel. Yeah, on Instagram. I haven't got anything on there at the minute, but there will be pictures of like nice views and stuff like that coming when we get traveling around. So one of the plans I'm going to do is I'm going to be getting a motorbike or scooter or something of that sort, and then I'm going to actually travel around. There's a few places I've identified that I want to see, like waterfalls, beaches, places that are off the beaten track, like not on the tourist trap. So it may be the case that somebody watching me might say, you know what, I want to go to Philippines, but I don't want to go to like El Nido or Boracay or something like that, where there's a million tourists. I want to go to the place where this guy went, where you have the whole beach to yourself, no one bothering you, all this kind of stuff. That might be on someone's, bucket list. They might just want to be left alone. I definitely would prefer a beach with nobody there, just because, I don't know, if I get in shorts and stuff, I feel a bit self-conscious, but yeah, I'm not overly self-conscious. I'll still do it. I will 100% go swimming. But like, but you know what I mean. A lot of eyes on you when you're a foreigner here. It's not nice sometimes. You just feel like everyone's sort of judging you and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, anyway, some of these places where I'm going to be going, they're going to be nice places like that. So we're going to, first off, we're going to a place called Sorsogon. It's south of where we are now. It's like a big sort of city, and then south of that there's a hot spring. It's a bit further south, maybe like another hour, like further south. There's hot springs, so we're going to be going there and experiencing that over the next few days. And I would like to begin my channel there. So we're going to be going to the hot springs, having a little tour around. Also, guys, I would like to also put it out to you guys, if there's any questions or anything like about Bicol area, where you think I might be able to help with like an answer or something, or like anything about like the place I visited, or what's in the local vicinity, something about maybe the volcano, the sea, the typhoons, the storms. There's a lot of things. There's an infinite amount of things you can ask about. But yeah, if you have any questions, if you put them in the comments below the video, I'll try my best to get to them. Or if there's other Bicolanos, I think they're called, please have a look. But yeah, like, I have actually already been traveling in the Philippines. My shirt, Baguio, Philippines, was actually gifted to me by my wife's mother. So yeah, we went to Baguio, like literally drove there from here. It took like a whole day, like 14-15 hours. And then we went to Tarlac City first, and then Baguio, up in the mountains. And I actually have a friend in the UK who's from Baguio. And yeah, it's just hectic. It's hectic up in the mountains. There's so many cars going around Baguio, and no one can park. That's the problem. It needs like a massive car park, like huge one with like 2,000 spaces or something near the center of the town. But yeah, anyway, plans are coming up soon. I'm going to be getting. Oh well, I'll go over my travel plans, because that's what this channel's about. So we're going to Sorsogon, we're going to the hot springs. I don't know what else we're going to be seeing, if I'm being honest. after that, we're coming back here for like a couple weeks or so, and then we're going to go to Boracay, which is one of the main tourist, hotspots. So that's the place where the beaches are like heaven. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people there. So it might be hard to, get the most beautiful photos if the beaches are crammed. I don't know if they're going to be packed or if it's going to be nice or what, but my plan is go there, go swimming, and enjoy it. Just enjoy having a break in life. Anyway, after we come back from Boracay, I think we've got a couple days here, and then me and my wife were going on a honeymoon to Hong Kong. So I can't wait for that one. So if the channel's not just going to be about Philippines. I'm sure I'm going to be recording in Hong Kong as well. So places I want to see on my bucket list in Hong Kong. What we've already booked is Disneyland. I've been before in Paris, but the Hong Kong Disneyland is definitely on my bucket list. So I'm gonna go there, not just for that. We're also gonna go to the Bruce Lee statue. So there's like a Bruce Lee statue like near where we're gonna be staying. I think it's like maybe 10-20 minutes away, something like that. But yeah, I'd like to see the Bruce Lee statue. And then there's also a giant Buddha that's it's outside of Hong Kong. It might be hard to get to, I'm not sure, but one of my aims is to get to that Buddha. And then after that, my wife, she wants to go to the I think it's called Sneaker Street or something, where you can get like shoes really cheap, or trainers, sneakers, which might actually be useful for me because my sneakers are actually starting to break. So I got some British-made Caramore, like supposed to be like rock climbing boots, and they're already like busted just from walking them flat around. So that's British-made for you, unfortunately. So maybe I'm gonna find something made locally. I don't know. But yeah, so we've got Hong Kong coming. So we've got Sorsogon, Boracay, Hong Kong, and then after that, I'm going to be on a scooter, going around, traveling these beaches and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will be happy to see all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think anyway. Feel free to follow, subscribe, whatever you guys do, I don't even know. But but yeah, if you want to stay in tune with what's going on, then just follow. No harm in that. Also, if there's any special foods you guys can recommend while I'm here, please tell me. So I've tried so much. One of my favorite things I like here is the dried fish. So I'm eating tuyo. I think it's called tuyo. Very small fish, very cheap fish, and it's caught locally, and then they literally get it out of the sea over there, bring it to here, and then it goes on my plate, and then I eat it. So it can't be much fresher than that. Oh, one of the other cool things about being here specifically is if we go further down this direction, there's actually like a road that leads up to the sea. And if you go there in the morning, you can actually get fish cheap. You can buy fish before they hit the supermarket. So because the fisherman will make more money as well. He makes more money by selling it to you direct. So you actually get more, you get cheaper fish, the fisherman's happy, you're happy, and it's nice. There's like little opportunities here in the Philippines like that. And there's people that go around, another thing that people do here, they go around in these carts and then they're just selling all kinds of different stuff all day. Like vegetables, fish, those guys selling tuna, there's people selling bread. There's all kinds of different foods that people are selling in this area that I've noticed. What I've noticed is like the community sort of has its way. Like it's in the UK, people would be like, oh, there's something dodgy with that, But here, people are actually buying the stuff. We bought stuff that's being sold door to door, like food. And it's always been fine. There's never been a problem. It's always fresh fish or something like that. And yeah, another thing that's amazing here is the pork. Oh my goodness. We had this pork yesterday, but it was in a restaurant called Jerry's, right? But yeah, we had this pork yesterday, and it was, I think it was the leftovers we had yesterday, but the day before yesterday though. So we had this pork and it was just absolutely delicious, like crispy. I never had pork like that, to be fair. It was just like delicious. There's definitely new tastes, new flavors, and new things here, and I'm experiencing that. I'm sort of trying to get as many calamansi things as possible in a minute. So I've got calamansi, tiny little lime, So basically that's what they have here instead of lime. So been eating a few of those and trying the calamansi juice, and we actually had a sauce which was mixed with chili last night, calamansi chili sauce thing, and that was nice. But yeah, there's a lot of foods here which I've never had, which are nice. But if you guys know anything that I've like not mentioned, then please let me know. I'll try it. There's a lot of things to try here. But that's what's nice about being here. What I noticed here is the food is fresh. Whereas in the UK, everything's already packaged up, it's on a shelf. And to be honest, when I was living there, I thought that was like a neat and tidy way of getting your food. But when you look at the packaging, you're seeing preservative this, like this shit's been added in, like, you know, this one, you know, all this crap that gets added into the food. It's not good for you, you know. Whereas here, everything is just like fresh. Like, so it just come from the sea, you know. Like literally came from the sea, came to the plate, or comes from the field. Like I've seen, my wife's mother, she actually has a rice field, and they collect the rice, they bring it here in these massive sacks, like 50-kilogram sacks, and then they sell it. So they're literally selling straight from the rice field, straight from here. You know, that's how fresh food is here. Which, and I've noticed like my stomach, like when I was in the UK, I was getting a lot of stomach problem. Here I haven't, I've been fine. I had one day with a stomach problem actually, but that's because I was on antibiotics. So, but that's not really because of the food or anything like that. But yeah, in the UK I was getting problems like every day, whereas here I'm not. So, I mean, to me that says a lot about the food quality and like what's in it. But anyway, guys, so this is just an introduction video. I wanted it to be 20 minutes, and I'm up to 27 minutes now. So I'm gonna give it a break now. But yeah, so you know the plans coming up. We've got Sorsogon, we've got Boracay, we've got Hong Kong, and then we've got a tour on the bike. So, and maybe joined by my wife, so we'll see. But anyway, guys, I hope you appreciate the video, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.